Hey, what's up everyone? The topic of this video is going to be a serious topic, and it has to do with what I went through yesterday, and how it just came back upon me, suddenly. I'm okay today. I'm better today. I uploaded this last video that I did about the pyramid. That was done about a week ago, but I never got around to uploading it, so I just uploaded it. That's why it said 9:30 p.m. But the uh, the topic is depression. That's the topic of this video. I might not make it too long. I don't want to go on too long about it, but I just wanted to share that. I don't know if any of you go through that quite a bit. Um, I go through it quite a lot, but it eased off for a while, and I'd been okay. Sometimes I can go. I was like, well, a month or so, and I was fine, and suddenly the depression and darkness just hit. It just hit me yesterday, all of a sudden, probably about 6:30, I guess, at night, and I suddenly just change. And when you feel that change come upon you, and this is for those of you who go through depression, and I would like prayers and just love. Right now, I feel I've got some of my faith back. I've got some of my feelings back. It's very difficult to talk about this, and my mama witnessed it. My mama witnessed me go through this, and I hate being that way. The hardship and burden I know it has to put on others around me when I get like that. But I was fine, and suddenly, and I wrote a poem to my mama this morning. I messaged it to her, and let her just wanted to tell her how precious she is to me again. Um, she loved it, by the way. She loved the poem. I love writing poetry. But I went through this depression yesterday, and depression, the darkness and depression can come on to you out of nowhere, literally. And when you get this way, when I get this way, I just lose faith, I lose hope, and there can be no trigger. It just happens with a snap of a finger, the blink of an eye. And I hate it. I hate that. And you just lose what you feel you have. You don't want to think about spirituality. You don't want to think about anything. You don't want to think about, and you start getting frustrated and saying things you don't mean, getting upset to yourself and everything else, to the source. And then I apologize. It's like, why? Why did this happen? It feels like, and then I had to go to bed. I just had to go. I had to leave and I had to go to bed. And I'm sorry if this, brings you down or whatever. I don't want to do that, but I just wanted to share what I go through. And it's onset, sudden. And so I had to leave. And I just sat, I got into this stare, and I just gotta, everything, you're a totally different person when you're this way. It's like your mind is heavier, and it's like you can literally feel a different part of your brain working. And it's like this part of your brain and your vision's darker. And this part of your brain darkens up. It's like heavy. And you can literally feel the difference in your thought. And I don't know how to explain this. If you go through darkness and depression, you might know what I'm talking about. But it's sudden, and then you can feel a difference in your thought. You cannot think of anything to do with faith, and you cannot think of anything. See, people will say, be positive. And I'm like, well, it's very difficult to do that when you're that way. You can't just fake it. And it just makes you frustrated and angry trying to pretend to be positive, because it's like, or anything to do with faith and spirituality bothers you at that moment. It's like, I just can't. And then you regret it later, and you're like, man. And then I just pray for forgiveness for being upset. And believe me, I believe in God, and I believe Jesus Christ is forgiver of sins and redeemer. I believe in the Holy Trinity. I'm spiritual, and I'm a believer in Christ. That's how I define myself. But at those moments that I get upset, or that my mind changes, it's like Maybe it's a dark entity. Maybe it's this dark energy or energy that comes in. I don't know. Maybe it's something changing me, and I'll say, leave me, stop this, leave me alone. And it just overcomes me, and I don't like that. And I can't think of anything to do with anything positive or spiritual at that moment when I get that way. And I don't know if you get that way. And believe me, I'm a kind person, and I try to be kind and put love out into this world. And I love you all. But I needed to share what I go through at those times. It's a heavy topic to talk about. It's a very emotional topic to talk about. I'll just say that. It's a very emotional topic. But anyway, this morning, I gave my mama a hug and everything, and I talked, and I told her, and she knows that I don't mean the upsetness and frustration, and I don't mean to be that way. And when I get that way, I just have to go. I just have to leave, and I had to go in the bedroom. I had to turn off all the lights. I needed pure darkness, except a minimal amount of light, just darkness, because then I started getting this darkness, and depression is the only way to define it, darkness. And so. And you can't think any other way, and when you try to, it makes you frustrated. It just makes you more frustrated. And you just don't like anything when you get this way. It's not pleasant, and you just lose all. You just want to be, it's like, I just want to go home when I'm that way. It's like, why? And nothing makes sense at that point. When you get that way, nothing makes sense. It's like you're falling apart, and nothing makes sense, and it won't let you think any other way. And it's like, I just want to go home to my source, to why, it's like everything feels meaningless when you're that way. And it's like, right now, everything has a meaning again, everything feels positive, somewhat positive, and I feel better. But when I get that way, it's like, it's all gone. It's all gone, and then it's just like, why? When I started thinking about, why let us sit here and suffer and all of this stuff, all of these things? I see these people go through pain in this world, and the suffering, and the darkness, depression, anxiety, and constantly just working throughout their lives and suffering, and these people going through all of these things, and people don't get the medical care they need, the help they need, and then us, and all of this. And then all of it kind of hits you at once, and my mama going through the problems she does, and I'm thinking, why does all that have to happen? Why do the people in this world have to suffer to begin with? But that wasn't really what triggered it. It's just it just happened. It can happen for nothing, out of nowhere. On the best of days, it could just happen. But I just wonder, and then I'm like, it just seems like, why let us be here and then just to suffer? And then it's like, well, in my mind, it's like, man, it's just pointless. And then I'm like, then I'm back to today, having faith, being positive, trying to be positive, and just putting out love. And it's crazy how you can just go through that, and go through these ups and downs of emotions, and it's just, I would like to know if any of you go through that, and I don't know if it has to do with, I don't know how sensitive we are, and that reminds me of this boy that was going through, he was in this Chinese restaurant a long time ago, actually about 2013, I would say, and he was in there, and he said, I feel dark, and I don't feel like I belong here. I want to go home. I don't feel like this is my home, that this world is my home. And he couldn't eat, and he started getting like I always got, red-faced, and started feeling really bad and sick and dizzy, and that his family doesn't understand and stuff. But luckily my parents understand. My mama sees what I go through, and she understands that I'm different, that something is different about me, that I've got this major connection, and this thing, there's something beyond with me. But as to what, none of us can explain what it is. But I've got all of these emotional and mental struggles that I go through. But yeah, I mean, when I got that way, it's like, just take me home. I just want to go home, I just want to go to my source, to my home. I feel like I'm from somewhere, but I can't. I mean, it's just like something greater, and just help me out, source. Help me out, source. Help me out, the source. Help me out. That's what I'm asking. If you really hear me, if you're there, I just feel so silly. I just feel like this is pointless. That's what it feels like when you're going through that. So then I just ask for help. but then I just give up. Then I have no faith, and it's like nothing hears me. I'm just moving on. And then I needed to go to the bedroom and and then I had nightmares, bad dreams, and dark dreams about all kinds of things. And then I I laid down in there in the darkness of the bedroom. I turned over toward the wall. Then I started hearing things, and the bed moved, and I started seeing things. Well, hearing sound, hearing voices, and hearing things and movements. I turned back over, and it stopped. I turned away from the wall and stopped. Finally, I went off to sleep, and I woke up with this major migraine. That I have these migraines all the time. My head was throbbing, and I was super dizzy, and I was sleepy and out of it. I slept the entire night until about, I guess, until about 6 o'clock this morning. Then I woke up. So, and then I had to take some Excedrin because I had this major migraine. I woke up at about 2 this morning. That's right. I had to take Excedrin about 2 o'clock this morning. My Excedrin migraines. But it's just the darkness and depression and anxiety in life. It's not a fun thing. It's very the emotional struggles that that can come up on set out of nowhere. These stinking struggles. I mean, it's just not. I mean, these emotions, the depression can come up out of nowhere, and that's what I went through yesterday, out of nowhere. But I'm better today, and I send positivity to you all. But could you just pray and send hope? I can't even think of. I don't know. It's like when I get that way, I don't know if it's something dark affecting me or what. But I can't think of. I can't think of praying. I can't think of. I want to feel closeness to God, but I can't think about any type of prayer or thoughts or love. I mean, or try to be positive. Or I can't think of anything spiritual. I just can't. My mind will not let me. It's like something's trying to force me and keep me from it. But then I'm like, please help me. And then I'm like, if you're really there, help me. And then all of a sudden it's just like, I know it's true, but then I just go back into this thing. It's like something else has taken over my mind, so to speak, and I don't like it. I guess that's what darkness and depression does to you, and anxiety and all of that. And it can come out of nowhere. But that's what I went through yesterday. But then I went to bed, woke up with this migraine, and then had to take some Excedrin, went back to sleep, and then woke up about 6 o'clock this morning, and I was better. Thankfully, I was more positive. And yeah, and hopefully things will get better. Just hope and pray that I don't go through that again. Just hope and pray that it goes away, because that's a struggle that I think more of us go through. More people, especially now, suddenly are going through this strange, unexplainable thing. And it's like, when I start thinking about all these crazy things happening, and then I'm like, then I was just like, I just want to go home. I just want to go to the source. I want to go to my home. I don't know where home is. It's like, I don't know how to explain it. That's the feeling I get. And it's like, then everything seems pointless. And then it's like, I know better than that, but yet I can't think positive. My mind won't let me when I get that way. And it's not fun at all. It's a very dark experience. And as that message here says, you always tell people, I'm fine. Or when people ask, it's like, I can't answer. I'm not going to answer. It's just like, how are you? You know, you're like, yeah, okay. But it's just not, it's something that's very hard to explain, and I did my best to explain it the best I could. But just hope and pray that I don't go through it again. Also send prayers to my mama, because I love her a lot, and I want her to feel well. And, but what's going on internally with me, randomly, it's happened throughout my life, and I just want that to stop. I don't want that to happen again. It comes and goes, but it can come up for no reason. If I were in school or work, it would be a whole lot worse, I'm sure. But anyway, yeah, just let me know, and if you go through that, and send prayers, send love, and best wishes for positivity, good fortune, and that this goes away and just stops. So, much love and peace. I thought I was going to make a short video, but I went on longer than I thought. I went on a lot longer. Excuse me. I apologize for that, but anyway, I have many more videos planned. I really do, hopefully. But when I get that way, it's like, I mean, I just, it's like, nope, I'm not doing, nothing matters. I'm not doing anything. But right now, I'm positive. It's crazy. That up and down is crazy. Darkness and depression, what it does is awful. But anyway, you see no light or hope when you're that way. And sorry to make you all, I don't want to make you depressed. I just wanted to let you know what I had to share what I go through. And I will again, if I go through this again, I'll vlog about it and I'll share. But I just needed to share. So please feel free to share if you go through this and if this relates with you. And please send your prayers, your best wishes, love, and positive energy that this does not happen anymore and that it goes away. And that I remain positive. So, peace, love, and respect, and many blessings to all of you. Just peace and love. And God bless. Bye.